Hello, hello. I am Coach O, and this is the National Scouting Service podcast show. We have a very interesting show for you all tonight. We have a very special guest coming on to the show tonight, and I'm looking forward to interviewing this young man. But with that being said, I am Coach O. You can follow me on Twitter at Coach O Brown, also on um, Twitter at National Scouting, as well as on Station Head under National Scouting. Galveston Ball High Tornadoes. They would be in the playoffs. Um, they would be in the playoffs this year, and they are one of the teams that are featured and is undefeated. Now, with that being said, we're going to do our intro now. Normally, I do my intro at the beginning of this show, so I'm going to do it now, and it's going to tune in and follow in with our special guest on our show today. And you don't want to miss it. Like I say, this is a very special and a very outstanding individual. Had a chance to see him play 2 times, had a chance of meeting him as well. And I think the conversation we're going to have for one another, you are going to get to know a lot about him, learn a lot of things about him. Then you will get to know why he is so successful on the field as well as off the field. With that being said, here go the intro, and then we'll bring in our special guest. I am Coach O, and this is our National Scouting Service podcast show. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. And I'm about to bring in our special guest on today's show. Don't want to miss it. We have him coming on to the screen. And I'd like to welcome Mr. Preston PJ Hatter to our show. And with that being said, hey, welcome to our show, PJ. Glad to have you on, man. We're giving you a round of applause because it is an honor to have you on the show. With that being said, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience? Tell them a little about yourself. I have your information going across the screen so they can see as well.
My name is Preston Hatter. I go by PJ, class of 2023, quarterback at Westfield High School, and I'm left-handed.
Hey, I'm glad you brought that up because we're going to get into that later on throughout the show. And yes, PJ attends Westfield High School. And some of the things I like to do on our podcast show, I like to do a little icebreaker, so where you can get comfortable on the show. So I'm gonna put what we're gonna talk. Well, not what we're gonna talk about. I'm just putting breaking the ice with what I want to know. Now, one of the things I like to know is it true that after some of your games you go and practice? Is it right after the game or is it the next day after the game?
It's usually the next day after the game. Yeah, I go to JP, my quarterback trainer. Or I go get some treadmill work. It's usually after the game.
All right. Now that's to some athletes, that's like uncommon because you want to give your body a chance to relax and rest. Now, what is your method behind that? Why you do that? Do you think you just need to put in extra work? Because, like I said before, a lot of athletes don't do that, and you feel like they taking a day off. So I'm gonna get a step
Mm.
ahead of them. So, what is your reason behind that?
My reasoning behind it is because like usually I be sore after the game, so like going to work out or something, it helped the soreness like easily go away. It just won't be on me for days. It just be that day, and I'll be good the next day. So
Okay.
I use it for my soreness.
Okay. My next question is, I've seen some of your workouts, and people, you need to go to his Twitter page. This guy really gets it on, especially on that treadmill. He have it going up and down, running, fast incline, fast being level on the ground. Now, with you doing all of that, do you think you can beat me in the 40-yard dash?
Of course, most definitely,
All
most
right,
definitely.
look, hey, we're gonna have to set up that race, and we'll get people to record it. But I only have is a couple of things that you have to go by before we do this race. One, you have to work out first, and then we run. Secondly, you have to run in some warm up pants or some jeans. You can't run in shorts. I'm the only one that can run in shorts.
That's still gonna be too easy for me. Still gonna be too easy.
All right. My next icebreaker is: out of your siblings, who is the better athlete?
Out of my siblings, hmm, I don't really have too many siblings sports wise, so I say it had to be my sister. She used to run track, so yeah, my little sister, she run track.
Hey,
So
well, big shouts out to your sister, man. Because a lot of times,
yeah,
athletes say, "Oh, it's me," but you giving homage to your sister, man. So that just speaks a great deal about yourself. With that being said, okay, my next icebreaker is: what other sport do you participate in? We know you this big time athlete, quarterback. Do you play any other sports, or do you just play football?
I run track and I play basketball too. I got a little basketball in me and track.
See, man, now I'm gonna tell you something. This is what kills me about football players. Every football player feel like they can play basketball. Can you really play basketball, or you just go
I
hoop?
could I could really play basketball. Like I used to play basketball if I used to take football serious. I used to just be hooping for fun on my little league team. So
So
yep,
if
I
you
used
went
to
out,
hoop.
if you went out for the basketball team, and I'm not advising this, but some basketball players play basketball to stay in shape. But it's being your senior year, so it's not really. We shouldn't do it because anything can happen.
Mm,
But if you were to try out for the basketball team, do you think you can make the basketball team and be a starter?
100%.
Oh,
They'll use me down low, getting rebounds and playing defense.
all
I
right
pass the
now.
ball out.
Now, some of your classmates they're gonna watch this video. They're gonna see you in school, and they're gonna call you out on that. They're gonna be like, "Man, you can't play no basketball."
And I tell them this in real life. It's they know what it is.
All right. My next icebreaker is now I follow your Twitter page. Why does your Twitter page don't have the direct message on it? And for those who's not familiar with Twitter, the direct message is if you have Instagram, how like y'all say in my DM or whatever the case may be. Why you don't have that? Because my thing is, let's just say Nick Sabian trying to contact you, and he don't want to
Mhm.
post the comment on your page, but he rather direct message you. Why you don't have that feature on your Twitter?
To be honest, I ain't never know that it was on there. I didn't even know that it was off. So I'll be changing that once. I didn't even know that was off. I ain't the whole time. I didn't know that people can contact me. So yeah,
Well,
I'll do some changing.
be sure you
Yeah.
put that on there, man, because you never know who's trying to reach out and who's trying to contact you. Because
Hmm.
there was a couple of times I wanted to say something to you, but I didn't want to put it directly on your Twitter page
Yeah.
because when it's business, it's business. You know, everybody don't need to be in your business. Now, I know it's a young man who also plays quarterback, and he's related to you, and I'm pretty sure he's probably watching this show and tuning in. He's right-handed. He's not left-handed, but he's an up and coming star. His name is out there, and he's doing big things. He just came back from a wrist injury. He had broke his wrist, and now he's playing. And talking about Joshua Wells, if it's any
Mhm.
advice that you can give him right now, being on the stage that you on now, what would it be?
Just stay down. Just listen to your parents. Listen to anybody that's give you that motivation to go and stay on your grades. It just it's gonna come your way. And just stand and keep trusting God. Just believe God, and
All right,
everything gonna come your way.
all right. That's what I'm talking about. Now let's get into one of the things we finna start about the high school. And I know you probably had these questions asked a lot
Mm-hmm.
and probably getting tired of the questions being asked, but I have to ask it because you're on our platform with National Scouting Service. You went to Klein Oak High School, and now you at Westfield House High School. Why the transition? You was winning at Klein Oaks, which you are winning at Westfield as well. And then you into your senior year. A lot of times somebody would leave like their junior year, sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
Why your senior year? Why did you decide to leave?
First, I want to mention that my dad moved to a different area to by Westfield, so I moved over there. But when we was scouting which school we wanted to go to, we was mentioning Westfield because they didn't have no quarterback. The coaches they seemed pretty cool from they seen previous from Cardell Williams because I was cool with him, so he always kept me in the loop. So I seen like Westfield would be a good fit for me. So
Okay.
we decided to put our trust in Westfield and I'm gonna work.
Hey, and it's working itself out, man, because you guys are on a roll. Now, with that being said, a lot of people don't understand that you do go through a high school life. That's a change, and a lot of times people can't deal with change. What's the atmosphere like at Westfield compared to Klein Oaks High School?
Um, a high school is gonna have everything very similar. Everything. The only change I'll probably say is I got more friends at Westfield that I grew up with from I was a little baby than
Mhm.
Klein Oak. So I just saying the friendship. Like I got connections with people that I've been having with from when I was younger. So like when I got there, it wasn't no new kid. I was already in the loop, so I already knew him and stuff. So it's just my friends around me. That's the only
So
thing that's
you was
a different.
so the welcome was good. Like it was like, okay,
Yeah, the
we all
welcome.
kind of already know them and stuff like that. All right,
Yeah,
that's
the
a good
welcome
fit
was
because
good.
a lot of times when you make that change, especially like when you decide to make that decision to go to college and whatever school you pick. I hope we can do it right here on this show.
Mm,
But when you go off to school, you're going to be the newbie. Some of the athletes probably going to already know you, especially with quarterbacks, because you're a threat.
mm,
But one thing they have to understand when you go to college, you're not there forever. They got to bring in somebody
yeah,
to replace you and stuff like that. But it can go left, it can go right, because you can come in and they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to fool with you. They don't want to teach you or tell you about the things they went through from the ups and downs. But some quarterbacks and some athletes or teammates, they'll welcome you with open arms. But so I'm glad that you was welcomed at Westfield with open arms and as well as knowing some of the kids and the students that was already there. Now, one of the things I feel is most important on any of my show with a student athlete, and we have to get into it, and that's academics. Now, with you in school, you a senior, you should already have a degree plan thought of or working yourself into obtaining a degree when you go to college. With that being said, what is your favorite subject in school?
I'm more of a science person. I'm more of hands-on. I like that type of department over there. I'm more of that.
Man, I was hoping that nothing against the people that take math and real good